Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Erin McGuire, owner of Pure Light Wellness. I'm a women's empowerment coach. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe to the channel. I do a weekly video on many different topics that are inspirational and help you in your life. That's the goal anyway. Hopefully they're transformational. Today I want to do a video on something that feels slightly uncomfortable for me to talk about, only because I feel like there could be judgment, there could be backlash. And I guess I'm at a place in my life where I'm okay with that now, and I'm gonna start sharing a little bit more of what I truly believe Spirit wants me to express, wants to use me to express. And so today's video is actually about healing religious trauma. And why I want to talk about that is that I've been working with clients for over 10 years, doing coaching and energy healing with them. And a lot of the people that I see are holding some pretty negative beliefs. Many people have a deep-rooted belief that there's something bad about them, that there's something wrong with them. And oftentimes when we dig a little bit deeper, it's that these people grew up in a more strict religious rhetoric, right? So maybe their parents were very religious or they went to a religious school. Particularly because I live in the United States, it's in Christianity that I see this, but it can happen in many different religions. It's not just Christianity, but that's mostly what I'm going to be speaking to today because it's what I know the most about. There's the belief in Christianity that we're born as sinners and that, we need a God outside of us to make us whole again, so to speak. And that's just never resonated with my soul. I grew up Catholic, but thankfully, my mom never pushed religion on me. I was never baptized as a child. We didn't go to church consecutively every Sunday, but we went here and there. I went more with my grandma when I stayed with her. I'd go every Saturday, I believe, is when we went. But nobody ever forced any kind of religion onto me, other than having me attend with them. But when I went with my grandma, I got to play with my toys. And none of this is to put down Christianity. I want to be clear about that. I think there's beautiful things that can come from being devoted and faithful to a religion. This is more about seeing over the many years of my life that I've been on planet Earth, how religion can be destructive for some people. And just to shed some light on that for those that resonate with that. So I want to be clear that I'm not putting down, mocking, judging Christianity. I guess I am judging Christianity. But I want to be clear that there are some good things that can come from this. And that I truly believe it's a good idea to have a belief in a higher power and faith in something greater than yourself. Back to what I was talking about sin. So when we have a very strong belief that's been drilled in us our entire lives, that we're born sinful, what that does to your subconscious is create a very strong belief that you're not good enough, that there's something inherently bad or wrong with you, that you have some sort of evil within you, and many other slew of beliefs. But if you inherently believe that there's something bad about you, that's probably going to come out in unconscious ways in your behavior, in your thoughts, in how you treat yourself. And I truly believe we have an epidemic of people that are hard on themselves, criticize themselves, feel that they're not good enough. I feel truly in my heart, especially it's coming through as I speak this, that this belief that I am born sinful, that I have a very sinful nature about me, is one of the main reasons why we believe we're not good enough. And that's been something I've been trying to solve forever because I had such a strong belief of that. I can tell you where that comes from, and I probably have in other videos, but from different clients that I see, every person I've ever met has this belief to some degree or another. Some have just worked on it more. And as I'm saying this, I truly believe it's because we're shoved down our throat that we are sinful. And we need this person outside of us, this God outside of us, to save us, to get rid of that sin. And there is now different information coming out, like the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, that, in her gospel, there is no belief in sin. You're not born in sin. This is just something that we've been taught. And what if it's not true? Like, really, what if it's not true? I'm not saying don't have Jesus to help you and guide you in your life, but what if it's not true that you aren't born in sin and that you don't have this inherently bad nature about you? It's another reason I believe that we see sex as being sinful. And we see our bodies as being sinful. A lot of people have religious trauma towards their body. It's not okay to have sexual feelings and pleasure. Just a lot of stuff like that. And our bodies are a gift from God, if you choose to believe that, right? Our bodies are gifts, and they hold wisdom and power and energy and secrets that could be opened up through moving our bodies in a certain way. Like Kundalini yoga raises that dormant energy that sits at the base of our spine. Sex, when done with intention and with sacredness and with somebody that you love and trust and care about, and not even that really, but that for me is what I need personally. But sex in and of itself can awaken these secrets within our body, the womb center, the sacred energy within you. And all of that kind of gets shut down when we have this belief that we're born in sin, that we're sinful, that we have this sinful nature. This also solidifies the need to feel guilty. Another epidemic in our society. So if I am naturally sinful, if I'm naturally bad, then whenever I do anything that triggers that inside of my subconscious, I then feel guilty. I feel guilty for wanting to have sex. I feel guilty for wanting to experience more joy and pleasure in my body. Those are just examples. But people feel guilty for everything, right? Especially moms. There's so much mom guilt. I didn't do the right things for my children. I took a weekend off by myself and I feel guilty because I did that. I hear that from women all the time that come on our retreats. And where do you think that guilt comes from? It comes from subconscious programming of religious trauma that we have these sinful natures. The other thing in religion that I think contributes to religious trauma is that it's very patriarchal. God is a man. And if you go back in time, women are shunned. Mary Magdalene was seen as a whore. Eve was the ruin of creation, right? She's what ruined Adam. And there's all these instances where women are shunned and looked as less than or down upon in the Bible. And that creates a whole slew of issues around women and their power. And I've had to work through that, and I'm still working through that. Really feeling safe in my power, feeling safe to step into my power, which is my truth, which is who I really am. And that is a big piece of religious trauma that I think women have to undo, is this belief that we're inherently bad as women. And again, adds to the sinful aspect, that we have the ability to seduce men into doing things, and just not putting women in a place of power, I think, is very destructive. And so what if God is a woman? What if God is something beyond what your mind can even fathom? And so we have to use these humans as placeholders so that we can have reverence and understand something, try to understand something that is so far beyond what our mind can fathom. Last piece that I want to share in terms of religious trauma and your power is that we're stripped of our own power. So God is only outside of us, it's not within us. And therefore, we don't have an understanding of our own power. We're putting all of our power outside of us instead of realizing that it's both. It's both outside of me and also in me. Again, this is just my belief, so you take it for what it is. Could it be that God is both outside of me and within me? That I have divinity in me, and so do you, and so does everybody on this planet. We have this spark of divine energy within us that is God on some aspect. And if we believed that, if we knew that, we wouldn't be so hard on ourselves. We wouldn't criticize ourselves. We wouldn't feel like we're not good enough. We would have an understanding that we have a power within us that has the ability to be, do, and have whatever it is we want. And that understanding would make your life completely different than it is right now. I don't know who they are. There's the they that manipulated Jesus' word, if we're going to talk about Jesus for a second, that manipulated the word in some way and made these other aspects of the Bible that are very controlling, that are very kind of condemning. Maybe whoever they is was trying to control the population, was trying to make us feel small, feel like we needed something outside of us because we're not good enough as we are, we're not powerful, so that we could be more controlled. It's just food for thought. I know I'm not the first person to say this, but those are some issues that I have been feeling called to share for a while. It is my hope that this video sheds some light for you and helps heal some aspect of you that is feeling less than. It's really my mission to help you understand your power from the truest place. And if we only knew how powerful we were, we would never say the things that we say to ourselves. So leave a comment below if this video resonated for you, and I would love to see you again. Please subscribe to this channel and hit the bell if you like this video. I'll see you next time.